So I think we're gonna need to do a whole video on this situation. Let me break down the situation for you. So I don't often check the weather, and if I do, it's really just to see what is the current weather. Like, is it really hot? Like, will it be really cold tonight? And I didn't notice, or maybe it just happened so suddenly that there was a thunderstorm that would be coming through Albuquerque. And you know, I saw kind of darker clouds, but I figured like totally fine. We put out at the campsite, Flotsam was on his cooling mat. He had his bowls out, he had finished his food, and I had some of our bins out so that I could get, you know, the hot water going. Hey guys, so I was in the middle of telling you guys about this crazy situation. I can give you an update now because one of the KOA, actually the campsite general manager, I think she said her title is, she came in, popped into the laundry room just to like make sure I was okay, and let me know that the monsoon had passed. So apparently this is monsoon season, and that was a monsoon. So it goes strong, it goes quick, and it's done. And she said, you know, the sun's coming back out, everything should be fine. But they are letting me upgrade to a cabin. So I'm gonna take that, you know, it's a TV, a refrigerator, and air conditioning, and I think Flotsam and I deserve that after the past couple of days. Oh, our laundry is done. We're sitting here, and that was our machine. So I'm gonna move the laundry into the dryer now. And but anyway, so the interesting thing that happened was that the site manager, we were just talking, and it turns out she spent like several years traveling after her kid went to college, and she was recommending all of these things that I could do on Route 66, and recommended the Petrified Forest and a couple of like really fun spots on Route 66 as I go further down, including one spot that is in an Eagle song. And I'm sure what I'll do is I'll research some more about Route 66 stuff, and I'll get some of those things that she said, because I didn't write it down, obviously, we were just having a conversation. But you know, I was telling her why I'm on my journey, and I don't know if I've shared this with you guys, but I'm separated from my husband, and this is really just an opportunity for me to sort of rediscover, like, who am I, what do I want for my life, and all of that, you know, and it's all beautiful, and I'm excited to kind of go through this grieving process and yeah, and just let things go. So, but that's why I'm out here. And as I shared that, you know, she's sharing her personal experiences, and it was just so beautiful. So I think, to me, this is what I want most of all from this trip, is like these conversations, this connection with people, like these weird moments where I wind up in a laundry room at the KOA in Albuquerque because a monsoon comes through randomly, and you know, it's beautiful. Oh, her name was Tiffany also. So just a really nice conversation in the middle of a monsoon, and now we're gonna, oh god, the laundry is still going. That's been way longer than 26 minutes. Yeah, so we'll move things over, we'll head up to the front, we'll get our cabin, and we'll get situated, and we'll have a fun night with some TV, and I think I need to edit. I realized I'm like at least a week behind now in making these videos. So partially, mostly it's that it takes so long to edit. You would not believe how long it takes me to edit. And I think what I need to do is just be okay with like chunks of content that isn't edited for the many times I say and so, and so I do edit those things out. I do also tend to talk in like circular tangents, and it's difficult. I'm a perfectionist, and that would be one thing to let go of. So maybe this will just be one gigantic video where I have a laundry room conversation with you. And why not, actually? That sounds great. So all that to say, I hate when I say all that to say. Why do I say that? Life is fun, and adventures are fun, and adventures are hard. Oh, can I tell you one more thing? Okay, one more thing. So, update on the blender catastrophe. So, as you know, I had that little portable blender that recharges with a micro USB. And it was wonderful. I loved it. It was just so handy, and it didn't really blend well, but it made this lovely milk that I was enjoying making for my coffee and smoothies and things like that. But I stupidly knocked it over when we were at our last campsite, the Santa Barbara campground at the Carson National Forest in the Taos area. So I knocked it over and it shattered completely. And it wasn't until I cleaned everything up and was looking at the different parts, like the lid and all of that, that I noticed how the lid had black mold underneath it. And I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe something's caught under there. So I was able to get it out with much prying with a large, butcher's knife that I brought on this trip, because why not? And yeah, I saw mold, and it was just horrible thinking that, the instructions shared how to clean, and I've been doing that, and I dry it out. And normally when I have something like this water bottle, that's my Lululemon water bottle, the ring is accessible. Like, it's literally right on the lid, and I can pull it off, pull it down very easily. And I always make sure to take that off and to dry that as well. So this one is completely inaccessible. Like, if I didn't have a really sharp knife that I could pry for a few minutes to try to get it off, it was really down in there. So I called Amazon. I ordered all of this stuff before I left for the trip, so it's been over 30 days. And I spoke to the woman at Amazon and shared with her the situation. I omitted that I shattered the actual glass part of the blender. And I don't know that that was essential for me to say, because what I called about wasn't that the blender was broken, it was that the blender had black mold growing in it, and that was problematic. And it 100% is a defect in the product itself, because if you do need to remove that in order to clean it properly, then you need to have access to that ring. So I didn't share the shattered glass. However, she did ask, did I want to send it back? Did I want a replacement? And I said I didn't want a replacement. The product is defective, and I'm on a road trip, and so I wouldn't really be able to, I don't have access to a printer as I'm camping and stuff, and it would be very difficult for me to send it back. And did they really want the product back because there's black mold? And she said, oh no, don't send it back. I'm gonna refund you, that's it. And so I told her, great, I'll throw it out, which I will, because what am I going to do with the moldy lid and bottom portion of my blender? So anyway, looks like someone else is coming for laundry, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking. But good talk, and see you next time. All right, so we took her up on the upgrade offer, and here we are. So we're in cabin KK8. And this is, I think, just a regular cabin. I'll include somewhere in here the original price of this cabin, but with the pet fee and the cabin price, I think the pet fee was $10. I think the cabin was $69. And then I think we got a discount. I'm gonna double check. So yeah, I checked the price. So it was a dog fee of $10. The cabin price is $69, which I think is a discount. I'll look online and double check the original price of this. And then taxes. So it came out to $89, which is the price that I would have paid for the hotel with the taxes and everything and no pet fee. So I'm excited. We'll go ahead and show you around. Oh, and before we lose it, sunset from my little camp. And our original site, I don't know if you can see back that far where there's a white pickup truck and like a white van, that's where my original site was. And these are the little cabins, and it just goes on and on, RVs. So here's our porch area. Flotsam, hanging out. I put the garbage out here because it was a little smelly, like the can itself. But there's a double bed here. There's electricity and there's a little TV. I just put a fan in here because if you had kids, you'd shut them in there. And there's an AC in here, so we're gonna leave the door open and get that AC going all through, which is so nice. 2 little single beds here and a bunk, a mini fridge, which is amazing. And let's see, what else do we have here? We have 2 little mini bunks again, so you could have 4 little kids in here, 2 adults. So that's a really nice sized cabin. It doesn't have a bathroom, but there is that same bathroom across the way. A little table here with 4 chairs, a little table there with 2 chairs, a mirror. I'm hanging up some clothes that came out of the wash but couldn't be put in the dryer, which I have to go get those clothes out of the dryer soon. And that's it. So we hope that you like our cabin, because we won't be staying in one of these again. Right, Flotsam? This is glamping. We're not glamping. This is what camping looks like inside of the Koa cabin. So I'm on the bed, Flotsam's on the bed. I don't know if you can see him. Let's see if we can get, yes. There's the bed. Here's me. So this cabin is pretty cool. We're watching some Family Guy, then we're gonna head off to bed. But really exciting. And if any of you are teachers and you teach in the New York City area and you've ever been to one of those YMCA camps, like a Camp Bernie or something, that's what this feels like. And except there aren't TVs there or mini fridges. But yeah, really cool.